Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about all things money for the month of October and the year 2021. So I'm going to be sharing our actual family budget as well as any financial to-dos that we have, any updates regarding our finances, any goals that we have, all of the things. So that is what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to be using my new fancy budgeting planner again, so I will have that linked down below. But before we get into that, I do want to thank Fluz for sponsoring this portion of today's video, and you guys absolutely need to know about Fluz. I'm also teaming up with Fluz to give away a $100 gift card, and it's going to be super easy to enter that giveaway, so stick around for details. With Fluz, you can get up to 35% cash back from merchants such as CVS, DoorDash, Uber Eats. A lot of us typically are already shopping at some of these merchants anyway, and some of these stores anyway, so it really makes sense to go ahead and use your Fluz app so that you can get cash back. And if you are using a credit card, for cashback purposes, or if you have a credit card that gives you cash back, you're definitely going to want to use Fluz because you can get double the cash back. So I use Fluz all the time now, but the first time that I used it, I was at Kroger and I thought it would be more stressful than what it really was, but it was not stressful at all. Literally all I had to do was ring up everything that I was going to be buying. Then I immediately bought a gift card from Fluz, and then I used the gift card, which is automatically sent to you, to pay for my items. And then I got cash back immediately. And then afterwards, of course, because I used my credit card, I then got more cash back. So I got cash back from Fluz and then cash back from my credit card company. So it's super easy to use. It may sound complex, but I promise you it takes an additional like 2 seconds to get up to 35% cash back depending on where you're shopping. I will have my link to join Fluz and more about Fluz down in the description box. If you want to enter the giveaway for the $100 gift card, you will have to use my link to sign up or use my referral code. It makes the most sense to just use my link, which I will have linked down below. When you do that, you will automatically get 3 vouchers to their voucher merchants for you to get up to 35% cash back on the first $10 that you spend. So it makes sense to use 1 voucher per $10 so that you can maximize your earnings. So that is it for the Fluz portion of it. You just have to sign up using my link or my referral code. The second part of it, or the Shea Budgets part of it, is entering the giveaway using my Gleam link. There you will be prompted to like this video, to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, but most importantly, you will be able to enter the giveaway with your personal information to include your email so that I can reach out to you via email if you are the winner. Thank you again to Fluz for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now I'm back to my regular content and let's talk about this budget. Future Shea popping on here because I just wanted to mention to you guys that at my job, each year we do a United Way campaign, and this year as a staff we are trying to raise $10,000, and since I had never done the birthday fundraiser thing on Facebook, I thought that I would give it a go, and I am going to try to raise on my own $1,000 for United Way. The money will go directly to United Way if you do choose to donate, and that's a pretty lofty goal, but I was like, you know what, YOLO, we're gonna try it out anyway. So I will have information linked down below regarding United Way and the website and how you can donate to my campaign that I'm running on behalf of them. If you are interested, I do want to say that I have been donating consistently every single month, every single paycheck to United Way for 6 years. So this is a cause that's pretty important to me. And once you learn about United Way, if you're into that type of thing, which is like, you know, nonprofits and giving and donating and helping out communities and at-risk populations and whatnot, then you'll learn that, you know, United Way is for a good cause, and they actually take up a bunch of money, you know, receive a bunch of money, and they distribute it to different causes accordingly, which I love that. So I'll have information linked down below, and if you want to donate, even if it's 50 cents or a quarter or $1, we will gladly accept it. I will gladly accept it on behalf of United Way, and feel free. As mentioned previously, I am using my fancy budgeting budget planner, and this is just a little pouch that I purchased from Etsy years and years and years ago. I checked to see if the shop still sold these, but they do not. But this is what I am using. I have bills and a notebook in here. I have stickers in my zippered pouch over here, some sticky notes, and then some highlighters and pens and things. So this is pretty much what I need to get my budgeting done. And so, just for reference, this is the budget book day fancy. So the first page here is a monthly calendar on one page, and I have been using this for business planning. So I have when all of my subscriptions or bills are due, when some paydays are going to come through. I actually know this payday, the other ones are variable. And then I am working on my goals and my to-dos. Just mentioning that is how I am using this. Not really relevant to this video because we are talking about our personal family budget. So for which case, let's hop into that. Okay, so here is my month on 2 pages. This is just my catch-all. This is life for me. I really can't imagine doing a monthly spread or a budget without my monthly spread. So I have on here when all of our bills are due. I have when our paydays are going to be from our full-time jobs. I know that we have to renew our Sirius subscription, I think in October. I don't know how much that is currently, but I need to figure that out. And then also we have a birthday in October, which that is going to require money. So I do put on here, not personal events and things like that, but more so just, well, I do, but mainly just the events that are going to require us to be financially prepared. And for my niece's 17th, 18th birthday, something that is going to require us to be prepared. So that is what we have here. I also have our like financial to-dos and our goals over here, and we are going to hop into those right now. Also, I have to say it's very interesting to be talking to a camera whenever I am talking about to-dos and goals and stuff, but I don't know, people like the videos to go either way, so we're just going with it for this month. So first, we have my niece's birthday. That is a financial to do that we have. I'm thinking that will be around $100 for the gift that we will be giving. Also, I pulled over another goal that we have not yet completed in September, which is to resume training for our puppy girl. That doesn't cost a lot. It's somewhere, I think it's like $100 and something for us to move to the level 2 training. But I really just have not really, I just feel like it's been so chaotic around here that I've not really felt like going to this training on a weekly basis. So we've just pretty much skipped it, but hopefully we can resume it in the fall, preferably in October, of course. Also, we need to pay ourselves back. This will be the final month that we have to pay ourselves back from whenever my husband was in between jobs, and it keeps kind of getting pushed back further and further because like the past couple of months things haven't gone exactly as planned, so we haven't actually hit the goal amount that we've been trying to pay ourselves back. So that's why it keeps getting pushed back further and further, but we're obviously really close, and so this should be the last month for that. And then also there is some kind of like claim or something out there regarding my regarding Wells Fargo for my car loan, and so I'm going to explore that and see what that's about. And I know I have to do it by October the 6th, which is my niece's birthday, so I'm planning to do that to see what that's about. I think it has something to do with the gap coverage and whatnot, so I need to see what that's about because I did pay off my car pretty quickly after getting it, and I think I did have gap insurance. And so anyway, your girl might be entitled to a few coins, so I'm going to look into that. And like I said, I could potentially do it in September, but it's not really looking too good for September, so I'm putting it on the to-do list for October. Also, for our goals, which are down here, we want to invest $2,000. We treat our additional investing like a bill, and so we do other investing through our employers, mainly my husband's employer since he has a really good retirement plan, but we also do additional investing because we want to retire early. So we are going to need to do for October $2,000. For number 2, I want to begin sinking funds. I don't know if I'm going to be like doing it the traditional way. I will 100% do a video regarding what method that I choose. I think I've kind of figured it out, but I do want to start those in October. I kind of want to start them in January, but also I feel like maybe I should start them in October since a lot of things are going to be coming up in October. I feel like for whatever reason, maybe I should start them now. We should start them now and be better prepared, I guess, going into 2022, into the new year. That's my thought process behind that. We'll talk about that a little more later. Also, of course, the goal is to stick to the budget, and that's obviously really important. And then also I need to confirm or set it up to where I am canceling the insurances because I am now on my husband's dental and vision plans, and so I need to cancel the vision and dental that we have through my job. His is far better than mine, so I need to cancel that, and I've been kind of going back and forth with HR about that, but I definitely want to make that a goal for October. So those are all of our financial plans and goals. Let's go ahead now and talk about our actual monthly budget. This is my monthly budget sheet. It says bills and debts, and typically I'll cover this up because I'm not just putting bills and or debt on here. I'm putting savings, I'm putting sinking funds, I'm putting other expenses. So just pretend that this, for all intents and purposes, know that this is our actual full monthly budget. I have them separated, the bills and whatnot, so we'll talk about why I have them separated. And yeah, this is the actual spread. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, should we get zoomed in or should we just leave it like this? I think that we need to get zoomed in. So let's get zoomed in and walk through our entire monthly budget. Okay, so for our income, we're going to budget $8,580, and that is going to be the total from my full-time job, my husband's full-time job, and also what we pay ourselves from the business or side hustles. So that's going to be our net income, and that is going to be the money that we have to use and to spend and or save or what have you for the month of October. So coming in hot for our housing category, we have our mortgage, which is going to be due on the 14th at $500.99, and that is through New American Funding. We went with that mortgage lender because it was the preferred lender when we were building our house 2 years ago. So we didn't really like try to find any particular lender. We just went with the preferred lender. And next up for housing, we have our security, which is through Vivint. That is $51.47. If ever you are interested in signing up, let me know. I do have a referral code, but the one thing that I want to mention here is that this is the amount for us because of what they are monitoring. So they basically base it on how many cameras they're monitoring. Also, we bought all of our equipment up front 2 years ago when we moved into our house, and I think, if I can remember correctly, that was like $2,000. So this is why we pay $51.47. Basically, I just wanted to expound on that. Next up in the housing category, we have pest control, and it is going to be $46 even. And honestly, this is probably the one that we could do away with. We just signed up for it, and whenever we moved into the house, we had a year free of pest control, and we liked the work that they did, but we did not renew our plan immediately because we were trying to figure out if we were going to do our own pest control. That was a headache, and we didn't even really feel like even thinking about it, so we just decided to just pay for it. But hopefully one day in the future, we won't be paying for that because obviously that is a lot of money for pest control. Next up, we have our utilities category. The first one we have is electricity, and we live in Georgia, and it was the thick of summer at this point. So this is in October. We'll pay September's bill, which, you know, is still technically summer, although at the filming of this video, it is now fall. But that is how much our electricity is or was for the month of August. No, for the month of, well, it's actually technically the end of August-ish until like the middle, almost end of September, like we just got the bill. So that's technically, you know, really the thick of summer. So that is going to be our bill, and we will see it go down as the months go on, especially as we get into fall and winter. So I'm excited about that. It's typically below $100, but that is what our electricity is. Next up, we have cable, aka Sling TV, which is $35 a month. And I have this as the first part of our utilities category, but all of this I consider to be like housing, if you will. So that is going to be, like I said, $35 even. And my husband uses it to watch basically every cable, every like regular TV channel, most importantly sports. So that is what Sling TV is. Next up, we have internet, and that is going to be $70.80. We pay $70.80 for high-speed internet through AT&T, and I absolutely love it. Next up, we have water/sewer, which is going to be $36.60, which I am convinced is the lowest that it can be because it has been higher, but every month is basically $36.60. So I have reason to believe that we're not even really using $36 worth of water, or sewer or whatever, but that's just how much they charge us. And by the way, our trash is bundled in technically with our mortgage. It's like a part of our escrow. So, well, it's really a part of our property taxes to be technical. And then next up we have cell phones. So we have Cricket Wireless and we pay $80 even each month for our cell phone. Next up we technically have like lifestyle and pet, I guess, health, I guess, if you will. So we are paying $84.93 for our dog's wellness plan. Also bundled in there is her spaying. So basically instead of paying and charging us up front for the spaying, they just decided to tack it on each month to her wellness plan. But hopefully that will be coming down to like $50 here shortly, because I'm pretty sure we're like should be finished paying for that. We might even be finished paying in October. I haven't even called to see because I know it's just going to fall off whenever it falls off. But that is why the wellness plan is so expensive. Life insurance is for the both of us, $42.19. And technically, whatever my husband's is whatever it is, and then mine is whatever it is, but they are due on the same day because we signed up on the same day or got life insurance on the same day, which was after we got married. And so together they come out to be $42.19. For our car payment, which I guess I don't know what happened here. We're moving into debt at this point. Why did I categorize it like this? Oh, I know why I categorized it like this, because these all have a due date. So that's why I categorized it as such. But for our car payment, that is going to be $314.34, and that we just got that in January. We put about half down on a 2021 Toyota RAV4, which can't believe we did that, but here we are. And so our car payment technically is $250, but we do have Toyota Care, and that will last us for like a decade or something like that. I can't remember the exact details, but that is $314.34. And so therefore we don't have to pay for like oil changes and all that. So I haven't had to do any of that, or we haven't had to do any kind of like mechanical type repairs and whatnot. So that's been fun. Haven't really decided if it's worth it because I've only had to use it a couple of times since it's still the same year that we bought it, but that is what's going on there. And then next up we have Ashley Furniture. So we technically financed some furniture, but the reason why we did it is because it was so low. Like I think it was like $1,000 and some dollars, and if we pay it off in 6 months, which we're on track to do, because this isn't the minimum payment, this is our technical minimum payment. So if we pay it off in 6 months, then we don't pay any interest or anything like that. So that is why we are paying Ashley Furniture for some furniture. Next up we have Netflix. So I guess these are our subscriptions. Technically, Sling TV is a subscription too. But for these subscriptions, we have Netflix at a whopping $13.99. We pay that every month. And we watch Netflix, you know, every month. And then we also have Amazon Music. But do I have this as part of the budget? I don't think that I do. So that's a problem. So I need to add Amazon Music to our budget. So I'm going to do that really quickly. And I'm actually in the EveryDollar app because this is where I start out with our budget. And I'll show y'all how I do it. So I'm going to add it to, I guess I'll add it to utilities. So I'm going to add it here, Amazon Music. And it is $3.99. I'm looking at the page like it's on the page. It's not, but what in the world? That triggered me, bro. $3.99. And then you can also add the due date, which is going to be apparently the 15th of the month. So I'm gonna have it start on October 15th and repeat every month. And now we're $3.99 over budget, but it's fine. I am going to reconcile that and fix that off camera. But we, like right now, as I talk through it, and then we will keep trucking along. And then you'll see that we do have an EveryDollar budget at the end of this. So just like that, I have created an EveryDollar budget. Basically, I just needed to subtract $3.99 from a different category, which happened to be this category. So Amazon Music for, oops, literally nobody really texts me because I don't text anybody. I'm like the worst texter. Nope, so nobody talks to me, but somebody just texted me. So my bad. Okay, next up we have Reckless AF. These are funds that my husband and I can use recklessly and do And basically it's like I got 100 and he got 100 and we just spend it on foolery. Next up we have shopping, and this encompasses a lot of different things. I just started this in the month of September and I had it at $1,500 because September is the birth month for me and my husband, but I'm thinking moving forward it should be somewhere closer to $1,300. And how I've concluded this and how I've gotten this number is by adding up everything that I combined into shopping. And I really just did this to make it easier for me to track our expenses and like streamline everything. So this is going to include gas for our cars, treats and food for us, for our dog, all sorts of different things, food, restaurants, dates, everything that isn't falling into one of these other categories, even miscellaneous. Okay, so now let's talk about this little savings section here. It's technically savings. So first up, let's do retirement. So we already know we're sending $2,000 to retirement to be automatically withdrawn. Then I want to start putting $1,250, some crazy amount, $1,250 towards our sinking funds. And if you notice, you don't see donations/gifts on here anymore. Like in that category was just like for purposes of me showing on YouTube. It was just for the small giving that we did each and every month. But I'm going to start a sinking fund for giving and donating for like the small gifts like you guys used to see in our actual budget. And therefore I can kind of keep that rolling and keep, you know, like I don't have to like really budget for it, if you will. Like I can just kind of, it can just be like a rolling amount. So if I don't spend all that I'm allocating for October for my niece, then, you know, that money can kind of roll over into November, and then I can put the exact same amount. Again, we're going to talk about all of that, but I'm thinking we're going to do $1,250 each and every month. And that's going to be money that, you know, we'll either be spending or saving up for something. So it's going to be like fluid. So in and out, in and out. But I do want to make that a sinking fund. But the other sinking funds, or the other ones we'll talk about in a video, because they're ones that I've never had before, or I don't really, we'll talk about it. Okay, so that leaves us with a little change, and that leaves us with $1,148.52. And so that may be all that we need to pay ourselves back. We won't really fully know until the end of September. So I'm thinking that should more than cover it, but we may even have like a little left over or whatever. But I'm just budgeting everything else for the payback to ourselves. And so that gives us a total, if you add up everything, of $8,580, which of course is our income because we do an every dollar budget. So that means that our income minus our bills, expenses, debt, savings, and everything else is going to be zero. Why? Because we do an every dollar budget. Also, I love this little sticker. It's the checking finances sticker. Let me show y'all because I'm liable to not link it down below, and I want to link it down below. These stickers were sent to me by the seasonal pages on Instagram and Facebook, or the seasonalpages.com, and you can check her out to see what other things she has. But like I said, these are the checking finances stickers, and I think it's so cute because that's legit me with my flowers, and it's just a vibe whenever I am checking in with our finances. Otherwise, if I do it in any other type of setting, it's a little stressful. But video on that coming soon, because I am starting a series and we're going to be talking about all of the budget things. But this is our bills and debts. And then let me just flip over. This is the other page. It says cash out envelopes and then sinking funds. Here are the sinking funds that I'm potentially thinking about. I haven't really fully decided on those, but I did want to kind of like map it out. They're all starting at $0.00. So that's going to be that. But I don't think I'm going to even really use this because I think this is for the weeks, depending on like what I put in or what I take out. But I think that I'm thinking this is not, I'm not really going to be using this, but I will track possibly the end just for purposes of showing you guys. But I will be doing a video showing you guys all things sinking funds and what I'm deciding on. The last page that I'm using in here, which was kind of a brain dump, but I want to show y'all. Plus we're going to be doing a video, aka I'm going to be doing a video about this soon. But I actually took our income and I broke it down into different paychecks, and then I broke it down into what technically needs to come from what paycheck. And this is a little bit difficult for us, but that's because I get paid every 2 weeks, but my husband gets paid like on the 15th and then the end of the month, whatever weekday that is. So it's like a guarantee that I'm going to get some type of paycheck before the 15th of the month, and then also one during the time. So it's kind of like I'm counting my first paycheck and his first paycheck as like paycheck 1, and then paycheck 2 would be our second paychecks for the month. But I've broken those down, and I'm going to walk you guys through, not today but in a video, exactly what I did to come up with this. I just want to have it as a video in case somebody just wants to know how to do this type of budgeting if they are in a similar situation to us. And so it's just something that I recently did because my husband's paydays are more predictable. If you guys remember, for all that you guys have known us up until last month, he got paid on a weekly basis. So it was kind of like we never could do like a real paycheck to paycheck budget because it was just weird and awkward. I mean, we could, but it was still just weird and awkward. But now, since we're both getting 2 paychecks before the 15th and 2 before the 30th or the last day of the month, it makes way more sense for us to be able to kind of conceptualize our budget in this way. But I did want to kind of mention what we have going on. So I have our total income, total expenses, what's remaining, which is going to be the amount that we pay to ourselves. But like I said, I will break this down further. This was really just a brain dump for myself, not really anything that I really plan to share or whatever. I just kind of wanted to brain dump it and see what it was like, and to see and make sure that we had about the same total between the 1st and the 15th and the 16th, or the 1st and the 14th and the 15th and the end of the month, because I wanted to make sure our bills and expenses were pretty balanced, and they are. So anyway, I am going to talk through all of that because that's going to be a separate video in and of itself. But like I said, my camera is blinking, so that's going to be it for me for today. Let's go ahead and close out this video. Okay, you guys, so that is it for this video, and that is all that we predict will be happening in the month of October. I'm excited to potentially start these sinking funds, although I'm a little nervous because I've never tried this in this type of capacity. It always seemed a little overwhelming for me. So we're gonna see, you know, what that's gonna be like whenever I do actually stuff them, depending on what method I actually choose. I will definitely be filming a video about it. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards digital envelopes, but I'm not really sure, so we will have to see. But that is it for this video. If you are interested in joining Fluz, make sure that you click the link in my description box. And of course, if you want to enter the giveaway, then make sure you click the Gleam link in my description box, where you will be prompted to like my videos, subscribe if you haven't already, and be given an opportunity to enter your email so that I can reach out to you via email if you are the winner. And of course, if you want to get your hands on the budget planner, I will have links in the description box for that. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.